Here's another country on China's radar, Australia. Beijing is waging a politically charged trade war down under. Since last year, they have imposed super tariffs on Australian goods. And this is crippling Australia's wine brewers and farmers. So Canberra has decided to approach the World Trade Organization, WTO. They want an independent umpire to resolve the dispute. Last time they tried, China blocked the proposal. Will this time be any different? Here's a report.
What's rule number 1 to deal with a bully? Never suffer in silence. Always make sure to call in help. That's exactly what Australia is doing. Since last year, China and Australia have been locked in a trade dispute. There was no anti-competitive behavior, no trade deal gone sour, just good old China settling a political grudge. Beijing erected the Great Tariff Wall on Australian goods, 80% on barley imports, and a whopping 220% on wine. Both of these goods are Australian flagships, and these tariffs had no legal basis. They were hurting the economy. Australia's barley exports to China stood at nearly $1 billion. After these tariffs, the trade has effectively stopped. So Australia has called in help. The World Trade Organization, Canberra, wants a WTO panel to settle the dispute. Possibly pull up China for anti-competitive practices and declare the tariffs illegal. Can they do it? Yes, they can. But at the WTO, everything is a churn. The endless bureaucracy, the political back and forths. Experts say it could be 5 years before we have a result. So, is there an alternative? Maybe trade talks. Australia is willing to engage, but China is not. Beijing has suspended regular economic dialogue and put high-level talks on hold. For Australia, this is a consequential economic relationship. The whole trade dispute is reportedly worth $20 billion. But last year, Prime Minister Scott Morrison took a gamble. He demanded a probe into the origins of the Wuhan virus. China was furious. It responded in the only way it knows, disproportionately and unfairly. Until now, Australia has initiated 87 cases against Chinese exports, but it has barely dented Beijing's trade practices. They continue to wage political-tinged trade wars. 13 Australian sectors are under Chinese super tariffs, including beef, timber, tourism, universities, and of course, wine and barley. But one sector is suspiciously missing: iron ore. It is the backbone of Australia's economy, but China still imports it without a tariff. Guess why? Because they don't have a local alternative. This is the key to tackling China's trade hegemony: tit-for-tat tariffs. But tariff wars can be expensive. It nearly bankrupted America. So what's the solution? The same strategy as a conventional war: joint action rather than solo missions. Bureau Report, WION, World is One.
WION is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news on the move.